Yeah, this should be a damn good game. This should be a damn good game. I'm looking forward to this one. Been absolutely looking forward to this one. There we are, both sitting 7-1. With, I mean, Timeless is sitting 8-1. We got some good map band music. I should just save this as the map band music. Here it is, your map pool for today. Leisure Tower, Iconfall, the Coliseum, New Junk City, and Shambhala Monastery if we need to go to 5. Between your 2, 7, and 1. NA Master Teams. TSM Citrus Nightmare. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get into map 1. Let's kill the map pick music. Map pick is done. It's time for some Overwatch. Hey, give me my Overwatch. There we go. That had to be the fastest, like, from finalized lineup to we are in game I have seen yet this season. That was ridiculously fast. Man, editing is going to be a breeze on that intro. Here we go. Let's get into it. Zeb coming out on the Junker Queen. Don't really want to try to run a Reso. Well, yeah, into Amalga. So we're going to pull out the Queen first here, particularly on Control Center. The Junker Queen plays a little bit more brawly. This is going to be, there's a lot of damage on the other side. Between King and Rocket. We've seen some exceptional Mei play all day long. And like those, you cannot underestimate how much damage and pressure those icicles can put out. No kill on either side. We do have the Tracer looping around. I know who that is. Give me a second, my brain will get neutral. Finds first pick on this, and it does prompt an attack in from Icy. But Zeb and the rest of Citrus Nightmare are able to handle it. They put Icy down. A similar fate will befall King and Rocket. And this is going to be first cap going over to Citrus Nightmare. Spotty is dead and house secure. Very glad to hear it, Lunar. Very glad to hear it. All right, second attempt coming in. We do have a potential post bomb. Sneaky into the back. Made their presence known. Winkle holding on to the fade. Just in case. There's a little regroup from Zeb trying to pull him in. Ooh, quick burrow. We'll save King on that one, who has swapped off of the Reaper onto the Venture, by the way. Neutral once again finds first blood. And Tap's able to follow up on this one. It's a 5v3 with the Coalescence out. King at least able to get the first kill here for TSM, but fight win once again going over to Citrus Nightmare. Icy pops the Cardiac Overdrive here, but that's a lot of health to try to work through. Ice Wall has to be used defensively. Citrus is already qualified for groups. That went okay. I was about to say they were one of the 4 that qualified. Thank you, Night. That's a big dumb moment. All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate the update. Okay, I spent a lot of Overwatch to keep up with, and man, my brain can't hold it all. Apparently, I need help. Thank you. The engagement finally breaking out front as a couple of ults are thrown out. The Blizzard will prevent Citrus Nightmare from being able to follow up on the initial burst from the Continued Rush, but in with the Rampage, trying to fight through the shields of the Sound Barrier here from TSM. Icy coming up on this cage fight. If they can stay alive long enough to use it, the answer is no. At 99, they will drop. And then Citrus Nightmare once again clean up. This is threatening to be a 100-0 on the back of its point. Rocket getting drilled down. There it is.
My favorite part. See ya.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle.
All right. An impressive showing from Zeb out of the start. And the Junker Queen comp working out well. Here to kick things off.
Round 2. Capture the objective.
Some quick teleports and Tracer swaps. And there we go. I can finally read Zomba's name. Thank you for turning off streamer mode. My old man brain just can't handle it. All right, King on the far end of the sky. This is one of the heroes that I remember King at the back of the day, but woo, that's you know, the tap Echo is a force to be reckoned with. Echo's a little bit better in that aerial duel, obviously. It has been a trade out here. It's a 4v4. Both teams missing a DPS. Citrus Nightmare have a little bit of presence on the point and then feel like they're able to push out, try to get aggressive onto the back line. Does force his Icy out a little bit. Everybody from TSM able to disengage out of the center courtyard without any casualties. Oh, I spoke too soon. Zomba is able to claim the flank with a kill onto Rocket. Recall is forced out, but here comes the rest of Citrus Nightmare trying to pursue more picks on this. Seeing if they can catch Icy out. Icy holding the Mega for now. Does have reinforcements able to hide inside underneath the sign and keep heals flowing. So it's as far as Citrus Nightmare feel like they're able to press. Both teams back at 5. King swaps over to an Echo. Move back onto this point. Kitsune Rush, I imagine will come out shortly. It's going to give him a free cap, too. It's going to be a disengage all the way back around to main. Here from Citrus Nightmare, seeing if they can pull anybody with them. Rocket, ooh, kind of took the bait. Recall forced out into a dangerous spot. Icy has to come out and bail him out with the defense matrix. There's a Kitsune Rush back on point. We're getting a similar disengage out of TSM. Little ring around the rosy here on Night Market. Very smart play. Now the team willing to give up a pick through those Kitsune rushes, and the disengage works out. Oops, double tapped that. If I had hit it right the first time, it would have looked good, right? Zama in the back still has a pulse bomb of their own to force out that recall. Zeb is putting on pressure from the front. King is able to drop in from above and pop the duplicate to try to buy back some of this point presence while Icy was keeping the flank clean. TSM have control, and they're able to chase out Citrus Nightmare for now. Rocket tried to run all the way back into the back for a kill. Icy gobbles up a pulse from the other side. Duplicate used from tap onto a Diva as Jacob nearly loses that sound barrier. They got knocked way up in the air. Tap does get a precious kill here throughout this fight. They have been far and few between. Elim's hard to come by. Citrus Nightmare finally able to get a convincing fight win. Yeah, it's Timeless Wisp, exactly. So thank you for the follow. I mean, it's been hard to keep up with. I mean, I'm not the only one, right? I'm sorry. I'll get better. I'll get this all in a line for you here, all right? It's been a wild and woolly 5 weeks for me. Rocket with a precious opening pick. Much needed opening pick here for TSM, playing around the flank while the rest of the team comes in from main. Continue rush in from both teams. And Icy just gets in behind the Rampage. Only one hit, but it's enough to take Lip down. Well, Lucio's traded on both sides, as a matter of fact. Neutral goes into the back. Let's see if I can find some Zeb Pop throughout this. Self-destruct force. I don't think Icy's getting back in mech. 97% here for Citrus Nightmare. And I'm not seeing a whole lot of blue jerseys around. King executed as they move on to the point. Left dancing around on the ceiling to try to keep overtime going. But it's going to take so long. Rinko Swift steps in. Citrus Nightmare deal with it. It's going to be a 2-0 here to take Lijiang Tower and kick off this match on strong. Or kick this match off strong? There's a strong finish in there somewhere. I had something for this. Citrus Nightmare did good. Get point.
Play of the game.
Oh. All right. See, this is what happens when I get a little rushed, y'all. I apologize. Hey, Citrus Nightmare, dominant. You know, proving the Joker Queen can work even against a lot of the tougher teams. And, yeah, there you go. A lot of teams have struggled to figure out how to deal with Citrus Nightmare's unusual approach to the meta, to this meta in particular, where it has been a lot of JQ and a lot of a reset depending on their opposition. Here, let me quickly accept this invite in from map number 2. which will be Akvalda. Here, and then I will we'll get y'all some stats while everybody's loading in. Yay, stats. Dominant. Only 4 deaths in total there on Citrus Nightmare. So, an outstanding performance to kick it off. And this is, I mean, it feels like quite the roster they're going up against too.
Initiating match.
Oops. Sorry about that. That'll do. Let's get in the map too.
Ready for battle.
Painkiller, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Oh, hey, we got a side swap, didn't we? Whoopsie. There it is. All right. Citrus Nightmare defending first. Here in Eichenwald. No changes. As expected, this composition has kind of been their bread and butter from what I've seen of them. What are they running into? Ooh, King going for a jump shot here. Nobody there. A little quick grip back into spawn. And we're going to go to... Ooh, an interesting variation on this comp. Okay, Rinko is going to swap over. Okay, it was just a damage boost onto the sniper shot. Or perhaps a res if needed. So it's the D.Va variation, which is a little bit more meta, a little bit more common variation on this composition right now. TSM's Junker Queen has just got so much presence. They use the speed so well. Got to be able to protect that backline. As Icy goes in for those little quick moves. Make sure they're coordinated with Rocket. Otherwise, yeah, there's the trades. Favor the defense at the moment. As long as able to pick up 2. They're still going back and forth in closer spawns here for TSM, of course, but it's a +1 to the defense of Citrus Nightmare at the moment. Lep, nice, moved, get out, Lep. Oh, please tell me you lived through that. You deserve to live through that. All right. That was some fancy footwork, y'all. Stage 1 and Stage 2 Icy beat Stage 3 Icy. Ah, I'll get it back. Don't you sweat it. I heard a pulse bomb come out. Don't think anybody got hit by it. That was Zombo trying to throw one in defensively. All 5 players from Citrus Nightmare backing up to the point to utilize that little small room. A Carnage forced Icy back for a moment, but Icy's able to find somebody throughout the mix. So +1 here to attack the team. Pulse bomb trying to find him with that. Not quite going to land, but the focusing beam will mow him down. Now it's running all the way back to spawn to try to clean up some picks. TSM will eventually make their way onto the point here. Try start getting some percentage. Neutral, I respect it. And they get out. Neutral hiding in the corner. That was great. Are we going to get a retake here? 82% to Rampage and Continue Rush in the pocket. Continue Rush out for both of our squads here to start things off as King is going to go ahead and pop the duplicate. How much of our team's willing to invest in this fight? Everything is what it's going to take from both of our squads. The defense will at least force that much out. Rampage. Ooh, might just seal the deal. No, unfortunately not. Lep is able to fight too. And TSM will hold on through pretty much everything the defense had. Some just hold on to pulse. All right, what are we looking at? Looks pretty even up top. Duplicate from top. Oh, that's not what you want to see if you're the defense, though. Uh-oh. This is going to be TSM just marching forward. I was trying to go some wrinkle pop. High ground belongs to TSM for the moment. 5th player back here for the defense, and Just get a little bit of a battle for the bridge. Okay, Zeb's, excuse me, Icy's just gonna drop down. Zama moves up on the approach. Zama does have this pulse to work with, and he's going for somebody in the back line. Try to dance around the defense matrix. That's to go for King instead, combining with the Tap's duplicate onto the Diva. What a clever move there from Citrus Nightmare to take King out of the sky. Love the duplicate choice. And Zama's able to hold on to Pulse Bomb here as well. Doesn't quite land the stickies, but the focusing being combined with the effort from Zama will be enough to clean up the back end of this. And a very intelligent, very cerebral fight win coming out from Citrus Nightmare. Gotta love it. Zama is going to get that pick onto King. 2:30 remain. Different defensive look here from Citrus for the moment as they were holding very close. Maybe kind of taunting for TSM to come inside, but TSM is just going to run under bridge and straight to the objective. Rocket dropped a pulse in the back, and King has struggled to complete the rotation. The team is kind of split across this entire rotation, as a matter of fact. That may be part of the plan. Let's see how Citrus wants to respond. Icy going up to the high ground, maybe looking for a boop. Kind of just scouting. Citrus is letting this cart roll. Eventually, they're going to throw the shout and drop off the high ground in what was a bit of a game of chicken of who was going to act first. Good defense matrix from Icy will protect Rocket through that one clip. King with the duplicate, I expect to get aggressive, especially with the Consumer Rush at their back. Fox available here for the defense as well, and beautifully laid, kind of perpendicular to the point from max value from the defense. Everybody getting the double attack speed, and King under a lot of pressure. Rampage finds 4. Cleansed by the Suzu, and left sound barrier keeps TSM in this fight. Left ends up Zeb overextends just a little bit. And that might just be the beginning of the end here for the defense. Focusing almost took Icy out of mech. Zomba's still fighting here, but that it will, in fact, be 2 points on the board. Like, it looked like 80% chance that TSM capped to like a 50% chance, just in real quick. Like, if Icy gets devec'd and Tap's able to stay alive, you know, suddenly that fight might swing. I've seen crazier things. As it stands, TSM enter the castle with about 2:30 on the clock, a little bit less at this point as they round the first corner. Zeb swaps over to Zarya, who's already got 100 boost. Ooh, self-destruct. Nicely positioned, force anybody out of position enough to find a kill. Does get the duplicate out of tap. I mean, they have to use it onto a Lucio. Additional sub barrier could be huge, but even so, it won't be in time to save Zeb. Does, in fact, get the extra shielding up, but Zama's Pulse is going to get eaten. One good turn deserves another, and King Stickies combined with Rocket Pulse ends up for a double whammy onto tap. Rocket's kind of going, really? Really, King? All right, you couldn't just let the Pulse handle it. We do have Zomba in the back kind of harassing. Rocket able to keep that flank clear for the moment, considering Russia up front to try to secure this cap. Buck 23 left on the clock, and not a whole lot of bodies from either team here. It's a duplicate onto the Venture. Melted by Zeb, but all attention turned on to Zeb, and there's not enough bubbles in the world to keep you alive through that. I don't care what kind of cooldown they're on. King finds a pair of kills here. Try to clean up on the back of this, and are we going to get that 60-second cap? If Zama can stall for a little bit longer, they might be able to. No. That precious extra 3 seconds to put the time bank into the 61-second plus mark.
0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Aw. Stop acting funny. I'm so used to camera controls on a controller.
Ready for battle.
Love the skin banter in chat. Zamba go for widow shot. Come on, Zamba. Nidwai, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
3, 2, 1. Attackers.
I remember Nidwai.
Defend objective A.
Oh, we in fact not get a jump shot attempt out of Zamba. We are going to get the Somber Tracer look. And this won't be able to get scouted until now. Right as the manual hack comes out, right at the 15-second mark, they unleash the ambush onto Icy. Icy does scramble back and is able to find some high ground cover. The rest of the team was in a position to get to safety as well. So no early picks. And TSM Reed, matter of fact, are able to conquer the early Sombra ambush attempts coming out from Citrus Nightmare. Tanks are going face to face there for a moment. And they start going back lines. Ooh, Icy is going to chase Jacob away. And this defense will stabilize. They're going to get any exit picks, I think, is the question at this point. Not a lot of poke pressure out of this composition. This is all how they collapse and who they collapse on. Now, neutral is the one exception to this. You know, maybe able to double dink in combination. Oh, there we go. Okay, and we're going to get Zeb with the swap. This makes a little bit more sense with how the rest of the comp wants to play in that bursty nature. Might be able to buy a long range shot in there. Oh, the jump and interrupted by the boop off the wall. That was, I think Lep was up on the wall when all that happened. Lep now keeping the backline under control. King! Pop it off with the chaser duplicate. Oh my, I am so sorry, King. I should have got that one. I hope that's our play of the game. I should have got that on there. I feel bad. I feel bad. That was a great pop-off play from King. Secure that aggressive move from the defense. And TSM are playing this very aggressive. They don't want to give time for Citrus to set up to find that target, to find that perfect moment. What do they have to work with here? Pulse bump start things off, sound barrier for both squads. Zamba took the long way around into the house. Rocket Net will get anything with their pulse. Zamba, sound barrier is going to go chase one in. Almost got both supports with it, not able to get it done. But Tap already down before they're able to use this EMP on the point. Both teams, plan A, not exactly going how they had liked. Sound barrier engage in from the defense, trying to melt through the Winston. Zeb will receive a Suzu and get bailed out. Tap returning to this fight with said EMP if they need it. Already 91% cap, they're going to go ahead and invest it. Tap will kill King right out of the gate with it. ICU probably won't escape considering all the damage that's put down. Zeb's just going to turn the attention onto the Kiri, kind of force everybody out of the fight. Indeed, Icy will fall. Zeb with a nice move. Able to chase down Rico. Woo. These are very late picks here in this fight. Let's go over to Zamba Pov. Sorry for the awkward swap. Zamba makes it to the Mega. Ah! I hate when I double tap the F key. It's the worst. Macro for both of these teams has been pretty darn good. Now, with that said, we have a slight advantage early here from Citrus Nightmare. And then they might be able to couple on the back of this Continuing Watch with the Primal Rage. But now that duplicates come online, that window's closed a little bit. Zeb pops the Primal first before we see the Kitsune Rush out. This is always an interesting point on where to use Kitsune. King's going to go in over the top to try to find this kill. We'll get it. Another good hold from TSM. They played that beautifully. Never giving a good opportunity for Citrus Nightmare to pop that Kitsune Rush. That was the big win con on that. And Zeb's going to go ahead and swap off the Winston. Haven, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. It's an honor. Absolute honor. Ooh, nice scout there from left. But the rest of Citrus Nightmare does make it up here to the high ground. Now what you gonna do with it? Rocket hasn't scouted around back. High ground is there for the taking, but they're not going for it yet. I think they were thinking about going around, like, back main. They do end up just rotating up top. Zomba kind of caught out, though. Let's go to me a King Puff. That's not King Puff. That's King Puff. I thought King might have had an angle there. Ends up coming back over the top. And Citrus Nightmare kind of regroup with Zomba, but it's messy, and King is able to kind of track him in and get that kill onto neutral. There was just a moment there where it kind of felt like the amoebas were kind of reforming, and King strikes right in that moment, right at the weak spot between the two, when the two different cells of Citrus Nightmare were kind of reforming back into one. Okay, Zeb with some important presence to get this objective moving. Tried to open up for free. There was Rocket. Won't land the pulse. King now judiciously waiting out this Kitsune rush before they move in aggressively with the duplicate. Do get some card space and gets this objective to the bridge. This King is going to try to move in to cut it off. Icy coming in from the other direction, and then it's going to be a Junker Queen duplicate. Rocket's able to get one. It's a trade onto both Lucios. This King is going to take the face-to-face with Zeb on the other side. Unfortunately, your health pool is a lot smaller. Icy does find tap while that was going on. So with the duplicate from King, King is able to take the tank duel and free up Icy to go find some squishies. It works out beautifully, and it's going to burn off the rest of this clock and tie us up here in the series. A surgical like ball out from TSM. Send us to map 3 locked up.
Play of the game.
Oh, we do get to see this. Nice. This is what I was hoping we'd get. Sorry I missed this live, King. Great play, though.
Wait for it.
Fantastic play. Oh, let's give TSM their point. What am I doing? Let's give TSM their point. Boom. All locked up as we head into push. This is TSM's map pick. And we are going to get a side swap. Let me go ahead and do that for you before I forget, before we get into stats. See, I'm getting a rhythm here, friends. I'm getting a rhythm to this thing. All right, check out some stats.
Arriving.
That's map 1. Show me map 2, please.
Initiating match.
That's map 2. Oh, I mean, as dominant as map 1 was, only 4 elims for TSM. Remember that. Only 4 elims for TSM on control. They turn around and put up a equally staunch Icon Bolt. So, there you have it. Only 2 deaths for Rocket throughout that entire map, both attacking and defense. And on a Tracer. Only 2 deaths on a Tracer is incredibly impressive. Like, that is so hard to pull off. You don't have, like... I mean, you have the escape of the recall, but you're always towing the line. You're always off on your own. Minimal resources. And this is... I mean, I still think Rocket's the best Tracer in NA. I mean, until I'm proven otherwise, that's... I'll still give him that title. All right, let's get into map 3. Nothing surprising, composition-wise here for the top of our screen.
1. Objective unlocks in 30
So, what does Citrus Nightmare do? What adjustments do they make coming into Colosseo? Try to tie this one up, or try to bring this one back, excuse me. It is back over to the Junker Queen. I mean, there's the first one, obviously. As the Winston was not working. Back over to the Junker Queen and the Echo coming off of the Winston Sombra. And you know, there you go, finding success right out of the gate. Get first blood here on Colosseo, about 30 seconds in. Get some early progress on the bot. The real trick is winning the second one here on this map, is it not? And if you can win 2 fights in a row, then you've got something. What's going on in the back there? Zomba, what you doing back here, bud? Whoops, sorry. Oh! Okay. There you have it. That's going on in the back. Meanwhile, back on Main Street. Ooh, the carnage hit right after the Suzu expired. So a little extra sustain there for Zeb, but still not enough as King puts the focusing being down. Turn around. Ooh, almost got that kill onto Jacob as well. So TSM wins second fight, and we'll take the good old Tim right back the other direction. TSM does have an Overwatch team. Pretty damn good one at that. I know, there's a 2-minute delay here, friends, so apologies for Scuff Chan interaction. On the back of a shout and a Suzu, it's going to be a quick DMEC onto IC here from Citrus Nightmare. And that's enough to get control of the bot back. I mean, I don't even see any other red jerseys. Here come the DPS. Rocket trying to back out of there. No, they're kind of enemy number 1 right now. Ooh, nice little flurry of headshots there. Both of our tracers do have pulses, as a matter of fact. Speaking of tracers. Zombo looping around the back. Might have a charge time team get up the team with that Fox. Speeding everybody along. I went to the Lucio. That was not exactly who I went to Lucio to go with, but you know what? Hey, it's all about rolling with punches once again. Flurry of Stinky's going to land on a tap. Damage nullified by the duplicate. His tap is going to fly in their face. We're going to get the Tracer duplicate out of King. And it's Rocket that's able to find a pair. 2 Tracers is better than 1, I suppose. And, well, I call Rocket the best Tracer in A right before this. Thank you for not making a total liar out of me. Unfortunately, losing Rinko not ideal here. Yeah, we do get the taxi back, but just that 1 kill to the self-destruct from a duplicate self-destruct means that we're in neutral territory. What could have been a fight taken a little bit up close, you know, trying to get high ground here for TSM. They're forced to fall back. All right, Zomba see if they can pay tenfold the damage that was unleashed onto them in the fight before. Oh, answer is no. Rocket's able to win out that duel. Recall the heck out of dodge. Pulled a lot of Citrus Nightmare back, too. Love that play from Rocket as they double blink to pull the pursuit back into Citrus Nightmare territory, then recall back to when they're safe, and they can regroup with the team. And then TSM able to find some real concrete ground here and finally get some progress made. First time for anybody on this map. As they kind of push up to the cubby. But Tap finally ends the reign of Rocket. Ooh, forces a Suzu out. Could be prime Rampage time. And knowing that everybody from TSM are just kind of out of there. Couldn't take that fight against a Rampage with no Suzu and down players. Hero, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. All right, King close to another duplicate as the Rampage is out. Left does get the sound barrier in to try to, you know, keep everybody alive through the purples. Kitsune rush, try to win the fight. King once again duplicating a Tracer as King has already drawn first blood into here, and that's oh, that was nasty. Gets the stick out early. That clip is gonna land. Now has focusing beam to finish off Jacob. And another just incredible sequence there for Rocket and King. A powerhouse of the DPS duo here in NA. This could be the checkpoint. You know, Zeb and the rest of Citrus Nightmare have a close eye on that meterage up top. Whoop. Come on, let's go look at the bot. Lep does end up following up on that kill. Neutral's down. TSM now trying to move in and see if they can get the checkpoint on the back of this 5v4. Suzu keeping Zeb alive for the moment. It was Tap with the duplicate to throw out that Suzu. Now he's gonna swift step back up and top off Zeb here. What a clever use of the duplicate. I mean, just to keep Citrus Nightmare fighting. Unfortunately for them, it won't be. I say it won't be enough. King falls. Citrus Nightmare still tenacious through the back of this long, ongoing fight. This has been some of the longest team fights I have ever seen, or at least in season 2 of FACEIT, throughout this series. Kills hard to come by. checkpoints even more precious. Sound barrier in here from TSM as they move back up to the high ground, and Jacob just getting chased down 86% towards their own ultimate. It's enough to drive everybody off the point. And you can see Icy was way far over here. And that'll be the checkpoint, and the pause already out of the way here for TSM, and still 3 minutes on the bank. Bot continues to move forward. The Kitsune Rush used here from Citrus Nightmare to try to reclaim control. They were able to at least pick up King on the back of it. Get back down. With Icy DMX. This is Citrus Nightmare back in full control. Now they need to get some forward progress on the with that. I need to do something with it. Sound barrier advantage from Citrus Nightmares. They're pushing forward. It's going to be an ultravaganza past that. It's another duplicate from King into the back to get the 2v1 versus Zomba. Oh, and get the one clip on a tap as well. That was a mean little sequence. Let's go check out Rocket's Pulse. Nope, that's going to get eaten up. But Zeb is precious. Where's Zeb's pop? There's Zeb's pop. Few resources and reinforcements left here on this point. Citrus Nightmare get rid of the close spawns, but that's about it. Yeah, TSM are looking alive. No doubts on that one. Quick move from Tap to just stave off a fatality using the duplicate. Just as the focusing beam was about to melt him down. But even with 2 tanks, they can't push in because of the Kitsune Rush here from TSM. Beautiful macro once again, just kind of set the pace and maintain control of this series, of this map at the very least. As they push up to try to put the stranglehold here on the final stretch. A little room gained from Citrus Nightmare. They're able to push out. TSM retreats, fall back to regroup. IC's using a self-destruct here to kind of assist with that. I think kind of help the rest of the team group back up, but running away with the spoon goes Citrus. They do have a Kitsune Rush for when TSM tries to engage. Tap doesn't make it. Tap doesn't make the rotation, and it's a sound barrier engagement out to TSM instead. They pull the trigger first. Late Kitsune Rush here from neutral. They were as low as about 25 health from what I can see at the top of your screen. Using that double healing, they're able to get everybody top back up, but it's still a player advantage for TSM on this point. I say that let pressure is very low, doesn't it picked off. Zeb tried to muscle through the armor of Icy, does find it. I think it's going to pick up King as well. Once again, Citrus Nightmare will take it back the other way. They've won a few of these fights around this point, but they've struggled to win 2 in a row. They've struggled to put together back-to-back fight wins at all here on Coliseum. Now they're going to need to win a few in a row if they're going to want to try to take the lead in the series. But once again, we have the potential double Tracer combo in from King and Rocket. Rocket just slowly working through the armor of Zeb. I expected to kind of go in and try to throw a pulse in the back. Decides to hold on to it. King coming over the top, and it's a patient approach as TSM are just going to hold their ults for as long as they can until that clock runs out. For Citrus Nightmare, trying to make a mistake. Early Kitsune Rush. Looks like TSM was tired of waiting with the overtime started. Sound barrier out here as well as a self-destruct, and Zeb won't make it back into the mech. Zomba with the pulse bomb, kind of the only hope left for Citrus Nightmare on this map. A D-Mech will go a long way, taking IC down. Tap is able to find some success as well. Still job not done as it's a bit messy, and it's just Tap left on the point. Duplicate finally pulled here from King, and Tap will fall. Zomba with the last second touch. Won't be enough. TSM went back-to-back maps, take a lead in the series. Oh, is this the 4-piece? Oh, this is King. Wait, I was doing it by audio. This is the 4-piece. I was changing the scoreboard, so I was completely guessing off of the sound cues there. It sounded like a Tracer intro. I figured it had to be that 4-piece, but then I heard the duplicates like, wait a minute, it just happened at the same time. What a play! What a dynamic DPS duo. Rocket and King are so much fun to watch. Holy cow. Holy cow. Give me some stats. Show me some stats there from map 3. I'm refreshing. Hold your horses, friends. Hold your horses. All right, there it is. Equally dominant performance. 20-3 there from Rocket. On the back of, 34-2 on Akbalda, 20-3. And Rocket and King are proving very, very difficult to stop. They've gotten their feet underneath them. They've gotten their legs underneath them here, and they're in 6th gear. I have not gotten that invite yet, which means lineups are still being finalized here. Yeah. Perhaps just a bio. It could be that. It doesn't necessarily mean that we've got a sub coming in. Yeah, I wasn't expecting one. There's just always the potential of one of these. With these teams, I wasn't expecting one. But yeah, we do have one player AFK for the moment. I mean, we see Phoenix Man in chat saying that this is the TSM we've been waiting for. I wholeheartedly agree. Kind of touched on it there in the back of Coliseo. The macro is so good, and then we're getting that dynamic duo between King and Rocket, where they're really kind of flowing in as one brain cell today. And whew, this is when TSM looks really, really scary. Wes with the follow. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you here. Thank you. Chimes here as well. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate all the support. Thank you. I'm not just a streamer, I'm also a fan. All right, let's get into map 4. Did our sides swap? Yes, our sides did swap. Sorry. One sec. I'll get that fixed right on up. All right. Ooh. Okay. I like what I see out of both of these teams just because I'm seeing some Venture. And I don't know, they may be my favorite hero like since Junkercoin. Venture's so fun to watch. Let's see which Venture's able to get the job done. I mean, you've got Zomba accompanying Tap, so theoretically, a little bit more synergy between a Tracer and a Venture. And that's going to pay off, particularly when comboed with the Junker Queen as well. A lot of just quick pounce ability here from Citrus Nightmare. My observing was crap on that. It was fast. I'm sorry, y'all. I think Renko is going to be like a high priority target here. I can't imagine playing on into Junker Queen, Tracer, and Venture. I mean, this is going to have to be very, very careful on the position. You see a lot of early damage onto Lep already at the start of this fight. Keep trying to push him. Where's Rocket? How does the... Oh, that's... Okay. That's how... I was going to say, how do you play May in this? Like, genuinely, like, what do you do as May? What do they... That's, you just throw icicles into domes. Neutral has to use the Susan on himself, and it's still not going to keep him alive through the Bionade coming in from the other side. As TSM's unusual approach to this composition is starting to find some legs underneath it. King is able to pick up one. Trying to chase Jacob out. Can't quite find the kill. But Icy is able to get some revenge for Lep, and this point will flip. I see you over here, Zomba. I see you. Gandalf, thank you for the follow. That's actually nice to hear. I appreciate it, Phoenix. I appreciate it. it's nice to have a little validation from time to time. I have a tendency to second guess myself a lot. And I kind of wonder if, TSM We're second guessing this composition for a moment, but they've got the nano boost onto IC here through this, and able to kind of fight through the Kitsune rush. Unfortunately, they do lose Rinko. So that thought process about the Ana being very vulnerable in the back, obviously doubly so during a Kitsune rush. So I'm gonna push it back in onto this point. This is one last fight here to try to win it out. Rampage over the middle, but nobody can get to the purple targets due to the blizzard from the other side. Rocket does just die to dot damage, but Leopard's gonna throw out a sound barrier and try to propel TSM to finish it off this fight. But Tap has the XML. Okay, every time I go to a venture, they just go back to spawn. But I go to Zep on the Junker Queen. Show me a kill. There you go, thank you. Citrus Nightmare win it out. It was a 99 here. Citrus Nightmare coming out on top. And I think some much needed win in their sales here as they push into the rest of Cerebos. Oh, excuse me, of New Junk City. I'm so used to just Flashpoint being Cerebos. Wait. Yes, this is New Junk City. Cerebos is way prettier. Told you I was second guess myself. Okay, Rocket, excuse me, Zomba. Kind of in a precarious position here. Has a pair of TSM players trying to chase them down. Does end up forcing out the recall. That was a nice move from Zomba. If Zomba doesn't hit that volley of shots, Rocket's got your number for sure. With that, Citrus Nightmare are still in this fight and actually have control of the objective. I think they're still 5 strong even. I didn't remember seeing a kill in the fade. Tracer Duel still continues down low as TSM value the high ground. Rocket ends up eventually winning out that duel. Give me some King Pop. King's got to merge. A little bit of a... Taking a bit of an engagement against Tap. Really against the entirety of Citrus Nightmare here. Sound barrier thrown in from the ladder is... We had an ultimate thrown in from the former. Kitsune Rush eventually there from TSM to try to close out this fight. And Rocket finds a kill. Much needed here. We haven't had one in quite a while. Self-destruct, trying to buy some space here for TSM and buy a mech back for IC. Boom. 700 effective extra HP back on the battlefield here for TSM. Now they're looking for some exit picks. Ooh, what's going on over there? Oh, late Rampage in from Zeb. Sound barrier forced out of Lep. Icy still looking a little worse for wear. Does eventually back up to the objective. These two teams just never stop fighting. It is so fun to watch. It's a little chaotic. Sometimes I'm not getting the best view of it, and I apologize for that, but man, it is fun. All right, Rocket up on the high ground. Kind of got a glimpse of Zomba trying to work it in from the outside. Jacob's got an opening kill. Citrus Nightmare move on to the point and already have a percentage lead, as well as an objective lead here on New Junk City. Tap does eventually pull the trigger on this excavation to keep this point completely clear. Zomba finds that kill onto Rocket after being chased away from one of these shots. Now Zomba looking for more. Still hungry, are you? Won't get it. Looping back around, TSM trying to keep this point going. Those percentages come up quick. King does get the overtime started. Rocket with a pulse, gonna drop in off the top ropes, but King and Rinko have already fallen. I mean, Zeb, you heard the shout come out, and then boom, just like that, snap your fingers, 2 kills in the fade, and 2 points on the board here in New Junk City. Oh, I forgot to turn on health bars. I'm sorry, y'all. Yep. Just wait until how it looks 2 minutes from now, Phoenix. I don't think it's going to change your mind, at the very least. Citrus are looking very strong in this Junker Queen look. Do have a pretty hefty sound barrier advantage coming into this as well. So we'll get Kitsune Rush out from both of our teams. How does TSM deal with the sound barrier? And do they get value out of their Kitsune Rush? They may disengage this, because they know they can't take that trade. So they're trying to just not take that fight at all. It works! They're not only able to survive it, they get the pick as well. Give me some King Pop. No, I wanted King Pop. I should have gotten a Rocket Pop. Pulse lands in the middle. I think Asuzu was able to bail him out, but still overwhelming damage here from TSM. And they win the first, like, real clean fight for them here on this map 4. Yeah, Orisa Jungle Queen main from Zeb for sure. Yeah, some a little bit Maga, throw it in there, but particularly in recent memory, it's been a lot of Zeb and Orisa. Orisa goes back way back in the day. All right, Zomba with the pulse, looking on the outside. Once Rinko in the back line, gets him with a 1 clip. That was gorgeous. That stick almost landed too. Oh, Zomba, that was like a pixel off from the raddest stick I've ever seen. Stay alive through this fight. You've earned it. King's got the duplicate out, though, and fortunately has your number. Drop it down to try to peel for Icy. They're going to get a 1 clip of their own, and that pulse won't miss. In fact, it's going to be the self-destruct picking up that. Jacob double dead from explosions, and TSM hang on, despite those early heroics out of Zomba. All right, TSM are right back into this thing. Right back into this thing. Rumors of TSM's demise have been greatly exaggerated, friends. All right, let's check out Zeb with this Rampage. Oh, that could be a juicy one. That little hallway there that TSM were pushing up, that was a dangerous proposition. But Zeb didn't quite feel like the team was ready to pull the trigger on that one. So they back up to the point, and it's going to be a fight around this front corner here. A fight that Tap is trying to get the off angle on. Icy's able to drive him away, at least for the moment. King throwing some stickies out of direction, and Tap still wants to come play the flank. But TSM have managed to loop around clockways around this point, all while Icy has kept that left flank pretty clear. So a lot of space being picked up, and eventually Tap does drop that excavation to try to get some of that space back. Icy has to duck back around the corner, and all the TSM are kind of regrouping here on that far side. First cap does go to Citrus Nightmare. Once again, sound barrier advantage. TSM were actually able to outplay it in the last fight, as Kitsune rushes are overlapped here on the objective. Icy finds first pick again in this one, and TSM are going to outplay the sound barrier advantage once again. Jacob too hesitant. I think they were waiting to throw in the sound barrier for a King duplicate or something, but they needed to get aggressive on the back of that. First collab did go to Citrus Nightmare, but man, TSM outsmart the ult advantage. They outplay the ult advantage again, specifically the sound barrier advantage. Yeah, you know, streamers like to talk. What can I say? It's, you know, it kind of comes with the territory, y'all. All right. Zomba looping around to the backside. Tap with him on a soft flank as well. Icy's just going to push in. Thinks they got a vulnerable Jacob. They do. Jacob is down. No sound barrier yet again. Lep's got theirs on the battlefield. And King is able to melt through another. Once again, top-notch decision-making. I mean, split-second S-tier decision-making out of TSM to win it out with their planning. And they execute on top of it. Impeccable. Absolutely impeccable. This is looking less and less likely to be a map 5. I mean, yeah, we're tied up here on New Junk City, but TSM are looking dialed in right now. We said the same thing about Citrus Nightmare here at the top of this map, right? Best Tracer in an A with a pulse in the pocket. Had a mean 4-piece in the last map. I'm not missing one here. What you got for me? Well, King's already opened things up. And TSM have great positioning here to open up this point. Oh, and point presence is so hard to crack on this objective in particular. There's really only these sideways in. It's so difficult to try to run up against the high ground. Try to get this presence. Oops, I wanted that tap pop, damn it. Zep would love to get this Rampage online. Kitsune Rush comes in from TSM, and King's already found a first kill. King's found a second kill. One ult, one fight win. And once again, a spot where TSM are making it so uncomfortable on Citrus Nightmare that they're not taking the aggressive, they're not taking the aggression like they should. Now, with that said, neutral was a little bit behind. Was a little bit behind Rinko as I immediately make that swap over. We should get, I mean, this is Kitsune Rush Sound Barrier advantage. Come on, Citrus Nightmare. Use these ults wisely. Jacob does throw in the Sound Barrier. Everybody from TSM kind of disengaged from it a little bit. Citrus Nightmare would love to get a kill on the back of this. Neutral has to duck back down low. There's Zomba. Finally giving Citrus Nightmare what they so desperately needed, and it's a player advantage here on this point. TSM were inching ever closer to a series victory. Izzy, welcome in. Good to see y'all. Good to see you. I mean, y'all, I mean, singularly, I'm texting. I'm weird. Never mind me. Okay. I could have just said I'm weird. Nothing at that point's accurate. Rampage, ready to go. Needs to be big. Massive ult advantage here for Citrus. They've got to make good on it. Ideally, not spend everything in the tank here to fend off this point. Pulse bomb from Zumba already out. TSM still 5 strong. One ult sound barrier available here for TSM. Lep in a bit of trouble. Lep able to get that sound barrier down, and TSM now fighting into a Kitsune rush. Here's a push forward. Zoma on the outside. One slip down. Zep's already picked up one. Zomba's got another. 5v3 here for Citrus. Zomba picks up yet another. Let's just keep it up some Zomba bomb here. Finish off this map. The Citrus Nightmare able to weather the storm so far. They get that kill onto Icy. You do still have Rocket here, just a speck of health, but the pulse hits. Oh, even in the waning moments, things are interesting here. We're headed to map 5. The Citrus Nightmare. Close out New Junk City. William Mundi, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, my friend. Hope you had a great stream. William Mundi just up there carrying South American Overwatch on his back right now. Really appreciate the raid. This has been a big team effort. Nobody carrying solo through this map. Oh my goodness. Wow. Another map 5. This is our third map 5 in as many games that we've had on stream, y'all. We had a map 5 this morning. We had a map 5 on Monday for NA. We have got another map 5 here as this one delivers between these two 7-1 teams. Let me get the points updated. I'll get you some stats. Show me the stats. Boom, boom. Updated stats. There we go. I mean, pretty darn even, to be honest. Citrus Nightmare actually with a few more deaths across the board. TSM with a few more elims across the board. Damage actually a little bit in favor of TSM there as well. So, I mean, Citrus Nightmare just kind of hanging on when it mattered most. Like that one was messy. You know, that's just getting into both teams' plan A failed, right? Both teams kind of got punched in the mouth a little bit, and it just got scrappy on the back of that. And I mean, and Citrus Nightmare were able to hang on through it. I mean, it was early picks there in that final fight. Like that might be one. That might be one we have to go back and analyze. I certainly missing things in real time, obviously. Oh, okay. Sides are saying the same. Thank you. Blue team will be Citrus Nightmare once again. TSM will be in the red jerseys. They're staying in the same jerseys for the first time today. I appreciate that, friends. I appreciate that. Whew. Okay. I'm in this lobby. I can bring stats back up in case y'all are wondering. Looking at stats is more interesting than looking at my ugly mug. That's for damn sure. Oh no. Yeah. The rampage was not it, but they somehow get it done. I mean, it's Zomba, right? Zomba delivers. Zomba comes up with two kills in the neutral. Like, that's it. I mean, when you've got Rocket on the other side, so all props to Zomba there. Just to get the job done, just to hang on in that very, very tense final fight. I mean, those are the kind of players. Some players put up a massive number of points. Some players show up when it's clutch. And Zomba showed up in a clutch way there in that one. Some players do both, right? But Zomba showed up very clutch there in map 4. We are waiting on we're waiting on our DPS players from TSM. I'm not sure where they are. Bio break, I'm imagining. Sorry, I broke your stats. I was just checking to see what the holdup was here. I still got a few minutes to connect. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about maps and bans here. If we're going to take a minute, since I didn't really get a chance to show you all bans before, we did get a Circuit Royale ban from TSM, Dorado banned out from Citrus Nightmare, and then Shambali picked by TSM for map 5. So they got the choice. This doesn't feel, like the strongest Junker Queen map. When I'm sitting here thinking about it. Echo Tracer are all fantastic here. I mean, Diva's fine here. Diva's actually pretty good here. So does that give us the edge to TSM? I mean, I don't know. Kind of feel like momentum's in the pocket of Citrus Nightmare. The last map was, honestly, I felt like the only map that was really, really super close. Every other map felt like they were pretty dominant. And TSM kind of felt like they had Citrus Nightmare downloaded after map 4. Or after map 3. But, it turns out Citrus Nightmare still had another trick up their sleeve. Okay, we're going back to lineup is being finalized. I guess we're getting invites or getting resent back out. Oh, we did get a side swap. They remade the lobby. Okay. I guess we were supposed to get a... Wait. What are y'all doing? The side swapped on my screen, but not in lobby. I think they just remade the lobby. Okay. We're getting everybody in here now. Okay. There we go. Sorry for the delay, y'all. We'll get it figured out one of these days. We're just building the hype. We're just building the hype for this map 5. For our third map 5 in 3 series. Like, holy cow. This one a back and forth. The other two were more reverse sweep territory. This has been a straight back and forth. We're tied up after Eichenwald, where Citrus Nightmare come out and 2-0 Lijiang right out of the gate, barely give up control of the point at all, and then TSM just own Germany. Like, that was their map. Eichenwald, that was their map. They cap with over a minute in the bank. They don't allow Citrus Nightmare to get across the bridge. That was a dominant performance. And then heading into map 3, that flow continued. That flow continued on Colosseo, where we really started to see King and Rocket lock it in a big way on Colosseo. But bounce back from Citrus Nightmare. Thought they might have been done. Thought that was going to be a 3-1 series that TSM just took a map to get warmed up. But, they had Citrus Nightmare downloaded. No. Citrus Nightmare have their own Uno reverse card here to send us into map 5. Now, can they get all 5 players? That's the next question. Oh, we are getting a sub from TSM. We are going to get Chopper subbing in for King. So we did get that one sub. Now, it's going to be Chopper coming out on an Ashe or a Cassidy, I would imagine. We'll see. Make sure I don't forget to turn on health bars for you this time. As we head into the beautiful monastery. All right, let's get into it. One last map to decide who stays on top here in NA. Our 2 7-1 teams. What a series. I don't want to see it end. But all good things must come to an end. Whoops, that was the wrong button. That's the right one. We get one final map between these two squads. Ooh, okay. So, no surprises from the defense. Zeb sticking with the Junker Queen. Okay, yep, as expected. Here we go. No, and now this is interesting.
5, 4, 3.
So we're seeing an on the battlefield for the second time today. This time with a okay, it was just a scout, and okay, yep, Chopper is picking up the Ash as anticipated. There we go. Okay, things are looking a lot more normal. Things are making a lot more sense now. Just an opening recon sleep dart kind of play, little set play out of the gate. Oh, Tap got kind of got stalled on getting into their burrow there for a moment. A little bit of a hairy split second. But back at 5 strong, our teams have flipped the map, which is really advantageous here for the attacking squad, especially with Chopper sitting on his high ground, just kind of shooting down into the defense. And the defense has to keep a toe on this point. Unlike when you're attacking, you can back up into cover. There you go. As soon as Citrus Nightmare back up, this cart's going to start rolling around the corner and start getting away from him. So it's a shout engage, kind of intercept, but the rotation's a little sloppy, and Jacob's going to fall. Tap is able to find one on the back of it and get a trade, 4v4. But still, they haven't quite recovered on that defensive rotation. Yeah, they never quite got back together. Tap doing good to get out of there alive. Oop! Zeb's re-engaging. I'm not sure everybody else got the memo. Neutral does swift step in. And perhaps Zeb saw something brilliant. They're like, no, we need to go now. And as they land the Gracie, ooh, but caught in the vortex, eventually they will get melted, so. Zeb traded, but cart continues to roll, right? Okay, what are we looking at? We're looking at Citrus fighting a way to get past all of the poke damage and try to get back onto this point. Rocket was hoping to plant a pulse, but didn't like it. It's going to be a rampage in the back. This one, monstrous. That was a 4-player rampage, and health bars are looking mighty low, but Zebin themselves doesn't have a whole lot of health. IC able to pop the Annihilation here for a bit of extra armor. Looking to go chase everybody off the objective. Just punches Zomba in the face. Making an impact to the point just in the nick of time. There's a Kitsune rush to back up Zeb. Trying to finish off Icy. It's Jacob coming up with a 2-piece in the back of this fight. Make it 3. Here to stop this cart, but 67 centimeters here from the cap.
Let's get that payload.
Slight side barrier advantage here for Jacob and the rest of Citrus Nightmare. They haven't really been one to take really aggressive sound barrier fights. They are going to go ahead and shout and jump into the backline, though. I think they're going to take it this time. Moving in, Rinko will just get cut down. Ant Matrix completely wasted. But the TSM have moved on to the point. I see hopeful to get a kill. Chopper and Rocket got a pair. Zeb, the only one standing between TSM and a cap. Jacob and Tap, well, making on to the point, but not for long.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
305 in the bank as Zeb makes a swap. We get the Orisa for the first time today. Love the skin, by the way. The charge skin with the emerald weapon just looks good. It's just a cool color combo. This is a pretty neutral fight as TSM looks to round this last corner. They haven't even made it up the top of the hill, though. Finally, Citrus Nightmare, I say finally. Citrus Nightmare are able to make that read and kind of push in, buy themselves a little bit more space. Force TSM off of this corner. Now just using the cart for cover. Both teams are kind of slow building towards ults. Rocket does have a pulse. Let's see if they're going to try to use it. Right now, dueling Zomba on the outside. Chopper landed a shot. He's going to force Zomba back. This should prompt Icy and the rest of TSM around the corner. Slow push into the back. Rocket doesn't land the pulse, but we'll end up getting the kill onto Jacob with a round of shots into the back. Tension turned on to neutral now. God, finds neutral as well. Finds Tap. Finds Zeb. Rocket, show me 5. That's a 5-piece for Rocket. Oh my. Yep. That's it. Best tracer today. There it is, folks. Oh, wow. All right, there's stuff going on up here. I'll stop fanboy now. You can't blame the guy for fanboying of a rocket though. Oh. Ooh, that javelin landed onto the Lucio. That could have been nasty. All right. Zeb and Citrus Nightmare are taking a very aggressive approach here, particularly with the Kitsune Rush on the other side, but they know they have one at their back, and Zeb standing tall amidst it all. Sound barrier thrown in from TSM, as well as an annihilation, and Zeb's Terror Surge will not be enough to work through all of that. Pair of kills here for TSM as they march up to the final phase of Shambali Monastery. TSM are very good at like getting the cart moving and then kind of setting the pace on using their ultimates to control the map in front of them and how they set up for the future fights on these escort style maps and the back of hybrid maps. With this one, it's Bob being used. Look at this positioning. Zeb is forced to make a move. Zeb is in a damn do, damn if you don't situation. A giant target for a pulse bomb there from Rocket. Zomba's able to land one, but it's going to be an uphill battle here for the rest of Citrus Nightmare, and a lot of time in the bank here for the opposition. That was a weird camera angle. Sound barrier out. Zeb's able to get a little shielding from it, but Rocket finds Zomba just before that fades. Punch land. Meanwhile, Rocket up top will chase Jacob into the corner, picking up that kill. These eliminations are not coming in as quick as TSM would have liked. Rocket does find tap and able to find neutral at well. So probably should have just kept it on some Rocket Pov. A lot of time eaten off the bank, but Cap comes through with 76 left on the clock.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Lep taunting Zomba for the jump shot again. Ooh, we saw the Rocket Farah there towards the back of that. We're going to get it out again here. Tap on the Echo could give Lefara a little bit of difficulties. This is a lot of long-range poke. Let's see. Farah Ash here from the defense. So how do they handle their flanks? How do they keep their supports alive? How do Rinko and Let peel for each other? You know, Zomba, once Zomba makes this read, I'd imagine they're going to go full bore into the back line here with Jacob. Yeah, right now, Zomba's playing low ground, right-hand side, perhaps looking for an intercept. Yeah, it's going to loop in through the inside of this house here. Well, it's just a bit of expected poke battle around the front. Touch in here with Zomba. Whoop! Rocket's wise to your ways. Rocket's got a little bit of practice on the tracer. They know what to expect. And for right now, are able to mark that flank. Tap was trying to push in up the stairs. And Citrus Nightmare have managed to close a little bit of the gap, right? Chopper's going to lose some value once this rush comes in up in the club, up close and personal. You can see Tap trying to get right in their face here with the Venture. Oh, but Icy just stands tall to find that pick onto neutral, and so Zeb's sustain just tanked the moment neutral goes down. Tried to trade it out in the back, but not even able to find that. So just Nightmare back to the drawing board. Rocket and Rinko leading the charge as far as ult percentage in the server. keep an eye on Tap moving around this left-hand side again. I think Zomba's trying to push through house once again. Yep, this time it's just Lep up there marking the flank. Okay, so Tap's going to use the burrow to get some space on the high ground, try to make Chopper and company a little uncomfortable. That was a huge burrow. That got a lot of damage. Oh, but that was also a lot of damage from Rocket as they throw in the barrage up top. Everybody scattering here. Ooh, did get a little... Try to... Zomba trying to ambush, trying to get a little blitzkrieg effort there. I'll spit that thought out eventually. Oh, I'm sorry. Massive sound barrier advantage here from TSM. As IC is going to go ahead and drop down. Bob thrown in from Chopper. And oh, that's a big rotation coming in here from Zeb and the rest of Citrus Nightmare. Trying to wait out that Bob, but Rocket's able to pour a lot of damage just into these little entrances. Into the doorways. That's what they're called, they're doorways. Meanwhile, there's a bit of a battle going on between our tanks. One that Zeb is going to win. Whipping around. Almost landed that knife on the Chopper, but didn't quite. Sound barrier now out from the other side as Rocket and Company are looking to clap back. It's going to be 2 kills here for Rocket right out of the gate. That direct is going to land. In fact, those back-to-back directs there from Rocket to secure this fight. You know what? Zeb is able to win out the tank war up front. Even had well, it looked like a good advantage on that, but no. Still there, clap back. Thought they had to kill on the Chopper, but wasn't able to get it. Man, what? That's how you fight from a deficit. Oh, that was dirty. That hurt. That hurt. Ow. All right, because I'm trying to use point pressure here to get past this defense. And Matrix up there trying to cut off the rotation. That was a nice pulse in the back. Yeah, Zom was able to follow up on that. Find a kill onto Rinko. But Chopper answers in their own right. Annihilation out from Icy. Trying to run everybody away. Succeeds a little bit, but guess what? While they were running, Tap and Zeb are able to pick up some kills. So, advantage to Citrus Nightmare here with 12 seconds to go. I think Icy's just going to buy as much time as possible for the rest of the team to respawn. There you go. You hear what Tracer said. But they do still need that one last push. So far, Zomba having free reign on the flank hasn't been too much of an issue. They're moving up here. Need one more fight win. Overtime going. This is the excavation unleashed here from Tap. Rampage out of Zeb. Hit only Icy. Suzu did not land on the Icy, and Icy's in a bit of trouble. Thing is, so is Zeb. Still has the big Omnic Butler down here. Sound barrier on the objective, and nobody left to touch the cart. There were a couple players left here from TSM. Only 3. And Chopper was way out of position. So, not quite a Charlie 9 or TSM, just kind of scattered to the winds there on the back of that point, eh? But only 2 minutes and a little change on the clock here for Citrus Nightmare to do anything.
You want that louder?
I can turn off, there's an option to turn off those kind of payload noises and stuff, and I'm afraid it would turn off crucial stuff that we all rely on. You know, things that we don't even realize that we use for audio cues. Ooh, no, I wanted to see that Tap duel. Guess we're going to watch it third person. Ooh, Zomba gets cut down from above as Chopper's able to land that one. Nice follow-up from Rinko after the coach gun and a pair of kills here for the defending TSM. Yep, say Rocket knows you're down there. Oh, but that's the power of Zeb Zarisa. He went barking up the wrong tree, trying to chase them down into the cave, and no, Zeb just pinned left to the wall like a dead butterfly. Trades are here, but look at the overwhelming take advantage thanks to a Kitsune rush out of neutral. We'll give the fight on over to Citrus Nightmare. Once again, they're fighting against the clock, but they're winning some of these fights, so still TSM can't feel super comfortable on this defense. Good news for him is that Citrus Nightmare did spend a couple ults to make that happen, most notably that Kitsune rush, so. Should be a sound barrier gauge here from TSM. They have not hesitated. Oh! Anybody else get the feeling that was like Lep hit Q after they got stunned. You know, that's just how I have the feeling I got from that one. Consider Rush now out here from TSM. Annihilation in the pocket. As Rocket is going to push forward and pick up one. The Vortex dragging Jacob back down all the way 6 feet under. And TSM hold. 20 seconds left to go.
The payload will not win a second.
Ooh. Rinko able to hang on the flank. Yeah, I was talking about having no flankers. Well, Tap tried to duplicate one. Can't make it in time. No, they get booped off. They get booped off. Oh my goodness. With 20 seconds to go, nobody can make it back. Rinko finds the kill on Zomba. The duplicate gets booped away. Whew. God. And TSM hang on through yet another 5-map series. What another fun matchup here for FACEIT League Season 2. Holy cow, y'all. Holy cow, this one was a blast. This is another really good one. Another tight match. I can't wait to go back and watch this one back. Holy cow. Congrats to TSM, able to pull it out. Let's take a look at some stats there for map 5. Yeah, I was watching. I was like just so intent on the match. Like I just got quiet there in the last 15 seconds. I was just so intent. This match was so intense. I was so intent on this one. Oh, Joseph with only two deaths throughout that whole map. Is on the Lucio. Wait, I see. Joseph was yeah, Joseph slept. Yeah, only had 2 deaths on that in that entire thing. It was fucking rad. Excuse me. Pardon my French. It was a great series. That's what that's like. Oh, let me get that precious point on the board here for TSM. Well deserved. Well deserved. They're able to claim a map 5 win here today. And that one quite dominant. That one was a little bit more reminiscent of Ikevalda. Where they're just able to set the pace and really able to control the map. And that one not nearly as close as we saw back on Injunct City. Captain Rex, thank you for the follow. Appreciate all the support. A lot of follows here from this stream. Appreciate everybody being here. It was an absolute blast. Great series. What a night. What a night. What a Wednesday. What a way to kind of push us. Excuse me. Whoa. Kind of propel us into the back half of the week. That's going to do it for me here tonight, friends. I do have a couple more matches coming up for you this week here. Let's take a look at some of those. That's tonight's match. There we go. I've got Super Shy taking on Everfrost tomorrow for some EMEA Master. Looking forward to that one. Then we're coming back to NA on Friday. The expert division for Heatwave versus Midori. So y'all be sure and keep an eye out for those. Go follow my Twitter if you haven't already. I post all my matches there when I'm going live. Go check out the YouTube. All of these end up involved on YouTube. I'm working really hard to get them all up there, keep them looking good, like quality thumbnails and the whole 9. I edit and everything. So yeah, please go check it out and support that as well. But anyway, that's going to do it for me tonight. GG's all around. Slippery SE in chat there. Thank you for being here. Love y'all very much. Appreciate it. So be kind to each other. We'll see you next time. All right, bye, friends.